Hey, and welcome. This is your girl, Queen of Collaborations. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of Up Close and Personal with Angela on behalf of Aspiring Authors Magazine. Y'all, I'm excited about this month. This month, we get the opportunity to introduce you guys to some amazing men, our 61 men of legacy. I tell you, I am my brother's keeper. I tell you, I'm going to take this opportunity to showcase these men, to show you guys exactly who sit amongst you. There's so many amazing men that sit amongst you that you don't even realize who they are and what they're doing. So I'm going to take my platform and this opportunity to showcase them with you guys. So if you would, please take this opportunity to share this broadcast with someone in your circle of influence, because you never know what the next person may be in need of. So please, while you do that, I'm going to introduce myself. Again, I am the Queen of Collaboration, Angela Thomas Smith. I'm the founder of AALAC, which is the African American Author Literacy Awareness Campaign. I am also the CEO of Aspiring Authors Magazine. Y'all know my whole desire is to bridge the gap between brown authors all over this world and to touch on topics that's affecting our brown community that people don't want to talk about. Things that affect us directly, such as depression, domestic violence, mental illness, things like that. People want to brush under the rug, but we talk about those things. Social injustice, overly and wrongfully incarcerated. We talk about those things because they affect us immediately in our community. Gentrification. But that's not why we're here today. I'm here to introduce you guys to some amazing kings from all over this world that's impacting their communities and impacting lives. Little do they know how much they are impacting lives. So today, I'm super excited to introduce you to our first man of legacy, and his name is Mr. Avery Dawson. I'm going to bring him up and allow him to introduce himself.
Hey, y'all. Good
Welcome.
afternoon.
How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm great. I will not complain.
I hear
I
that.
tell you, I'm excited to have you here today.
Thank you for having me.
Excited. So, if you would, please share with those that are tuned in now live and those that will hear this episode later, exactly who is Mr. Avery Dawson?
Look, Avery Dawson. I'm originally born and raised from Atlanta, Georgia. Grady baby, of course. Um, I have my bachelor's in business management and focus in accounting, and I just graduated from Clark, Atlanta, with my master's in business administration. I think all my life I always wanted to kind of take on the notion of being a business owner. Now I'm setting those steps to align with what I wanted as a child. I'm currently serving in the U.S. Navy Reserves as an information technician. So I have that in my background as well. I'm recently I've been called to duty, so I'm deploying soon. I'm excited about that. And in regards to my naval career, I'm looking to commission within the next year as well. So I got a lot on my plate. I got a lot to look forward to, and I'm excited, about my career goals and my journey throughout life. So
Wow, you just said a lot. Like, literally said a lot. You have a degree. You don't have just one degree, but you have two degrees, and you are a black male. Wow, you have beat not just one odd, but you beat what, two, three odds. You're a black male. You are not incarcerated. You're a black male, and you not only have one degree, but you have two degrees. And not only that, you serve our country.
yeah.
Wow. Wow. And the stereotypical black male, they would have classified you as someone walking around with your pants hanging down and slanging on the corner and all that good stuff. But you have definitely defied the odds. So
Definitely.
tell me, what has this journey been like for you?
I think first and foremost, I have to give credit to where it's due. I have lovely parents. I have lovely family members that encourage me, every day throughout, and it allows me to gain that confidence to challenge myself and to want to put myself in a better position so I can take care of them later on down the road. So the reason I always wanted to graduate college is to be, a first generation to do so. So not only once but twice, and that way I can, set the pathway for my kids. Um, and again, the same thing with joining the military. I want a stable career. So why not? Why not have two careers? If I go for one, you can have two, right?
Wow. Wow.
um, but then again, I mean, I always wanted to put myself in a position where I'm able to give back. And I think as I go along this, journey called life, I'm learning the things that I'm called to do. So I'm I'm gonna give y'all a little secret, a backlog of what I'm planning. So I'm planning to get my PhD, my doctorates, sooner than later, and I probably have a focus in either business, information systems, or education. I think I want to go back to become an instructor, if I do say so. I want to be able to teach and lead those kids, any adolescents, and help them. I want to get involved with the community, which allows me to, step my best foot forward in order to teach them in a time of need, and when it's less concerning for others. So I also want to be that face to change the world in a way to do better.
Wow. That's amazing. I mean, that is such a legacy to leave. Please tell me, what does that word legacy mean to you? Of course, you are one of the men of legacy that will be represented inside of Aspiring Authors magazine. It is my duty to recognize our men because for the last 5 years, and I got to throw this out here, for the last 5 years, I've sit by and I've watched individuals promote Women History Month because Women History Month is a national holiday. It is a national recognized event. So I've watched people, but no one has supported our men. No one has recognized our men. No one has honored our men. No one has done anything. So I said this year I was going to set aside a special edition of the magazine and honor our men. So I chose the month of June because June we have Father's Day, but everybody's not a father. So I said I wanted to recognize even those men that were not fathers. So I wanted to recognize all our men, our brown men that are doing things. So I decided to do what I did for the women in March,
Okay.
Men of Legacy. So what does legacy mean to you? What does that word mean to you? And what does your legacy look like?
Look, Miss Smith, I love what you're doing, and I love where it's going. I love where it's leading to. I can see the vision. A legacy, honestly, it has a lot to do with what you leave behind. With that being said, whether you have kids or not, you still have that opportunity to. You still have that opportunity that everyone else has to leave something behind, whether it's your nieces, nephews, or grandkids, any cousins, even. You want to be able to create either generational wealth, some type of financial stability, assets. That way, you're even education. You want to be able to teach your children or whoever, young people, a way of life. You don't want them to be stuck in poverty. You don't want them to be a statistic, and that's a problem in our community. We're just pushing along, and we're just doing for ourselves. And when we're doing for ourselves, it kind of puts us in a hole or deeper hole than what we're already in as a black community. So when you're talking about legacy, we're talking about creating that generational wealth, having those assets, um, creating that financial literacy. That way, we know what to do with our money. We know what house to buy. We know what not to do with our money. It's not always about looking good, but it's also about feeling good. You know what I'm saying? Even when we pass on.
Wow. You said a mouthful. I definitely believe in leaving a legacy and breaking generational curses and doing things that people count you out for and say you can't do. I'm just excited to be able to share you guys. But you touched on something very important, reaching back and giving back to our communities, making a difference, and being an example to our males, because we have people that are coming after us. There's individuals coming after us that we have to be a leader for, because there were people that came before us. If you read any history book, if you pick up any paper, any magazine, any book, there are individuals that came before us that did something that is allowing us to be able to do things that we're doing. And I tell you, you are definitely paving the way for other males to come behind you, not just in your family, but those in your community, and those that will see this, those that will catch this across our various platforms. So I'm excited about what's taking place. I just want you to share something inspirational with the people today. You're definitely making a difference. You're definitely impacting. And I definitely want individuals to be able to connect with you, because you're doing some amazing things. And you touched on some things that people don't want to talk about in the brown community. They don't want to talk about financial literacy. People don't want to know that you can, if you want to spend $100 on shoes, you can spend $100 on shoes if you want to. But there's a lot of other things that you can do with that $100 that will make a difference and will impact other lives. So it's all about what you want to choose and what you want to do. But there's options out there. And financial literacy is one of those options, and you touched on that. And as a black male, being able to touch on that and give that back to the community, people definitely need to be able to connect with you. Is that something that you do? Do you talk about that?
Um, See, I touch on it, per conversations. It's not, my strong point in my background. Like I said, I have a degree in accounting. My focus is more bank reconciliation and things like that. So financial literacy is one of those points where I'm looking to educate myself, to the point where I'm able to pass down that knowledge. And I definitely want to put myself in a position to do so. So the reason why I'm continuing my education, the reason why I'm seeking, leadership position in the military, because if I can do it for one side, I can do it for the other.
Wow. Well, I definitely want people to be able to reach out to you and to support you, what you're doing, because I know if you're going to deploy, you're going to be off. You're probably going to want people to write you. You're probably going to want some cards. You're probably just going to want some inspiration. So, how can people connect with you? Are y'all allowed to do social media while y'all are deployed?
It depends. It's all about the Wi-Fi connectivity. So I'm not gonna have a strong cellular service. It's gonna get expensive if I do. So
Um,
via email, you can reach out to me at averydawson32@gmail.com, or you can hit me up on LinkedIn. No, we can exchange contact information or messages, however you would like to do. And on there, my name is Avery Dawson. Um, but like I said, I'm here. If you need me, you can also reach out to Miss Smith. I'm pretty sure she'll be glad to, share my contact information and put you in touch.
of
But
course, of
it's all
course.
fair and game. I'm here. I'm here to support the community. I'm here to give back, and I'm here to, be that helping hand if you need me.
So, what are some of the things that you do in your community? Because you said you were a Grady baby, so that means you're in Atlanta area.
hmm Yeah, so I'm still there. I'm still in the Atlanta area, And I'm currently, serving as a volunteer for um, an adolescence program by the name of Chris 180. So they house, I wouldn't say immigrants, refugees, and they house, adolescent kids from the ages 7 all the way up to 18, who don't have a home to go to. It's right off Fayetteville Road in East Atlanta. So I go there every Tuesday and Friday, and I, share my helping hand to, put the food out there for people to come get free food if they need it. With huge families or small families, even people that work with the church, deacons, they even come up to the 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 volunteer camp or the location to get food to pass down to their loved ones and things like that. And they also have free clothes out there. People donate old clothes, and people that are in need for clothes can come and grab whatever you need. Masks. They have HIV screenings. They have hand sanitizer. They have all the essentials. I mean, it's a great opportunity for me to meet people and see what's actually going on within my community. You know, I get to talk to random individuals, and just to make sure that their day goes well instead of just handing them you know boxes of frozen pizza. You know what I mean?
I mean, this is good. This is stuff that we need to hear because this is what is actually happening in our communities, and people need to know that we have these facilities and that they are in need of help, and that we have people like you, amazing people like you, that are going to these facilities and giving back and encouraging these kids and pouring into these kids and hope for that they can change and make a difference. So you're definitely a part of the L3 movement, and I want to applaud you for being a part of the L3 movement because what you have done, you've learned some things along the way on this journey. You've learned some things, and you didn't just learn them; you're willing to teach them. And then you said one thing that I keep telling people: you're always learning. You're going to continue your education. You're empowering yourself, and then you're showing love. You're showing love. That's one of the greatest gifts. I tell you, that covers a multitude of sin. And then love draws people. Love draws people to you. A lot of times we often say that we're shy or we're introverts or we don't like people or we not people feel purpose or however they say it. I'm not a people's person or whatever. I don't like to be
Yeah.
in front of people, however that goes. But you are definitely being a leader. You are definitely a L3 mover and shaker. So welcome to the team, Mr. Avery
Hey,
Dawson. I thank you. I thank you, Mr. Avery Dawson.
thank you.
You are amazing, and thank you for being a upstanding king, a representation of what a true king is and a true male, brown male is. So thank you, thank you, thank you for being an example. Is there anything that you would like to share before we leave? Because I know I thank you. I want to thank you for stopping by. I know you're on your lunch break, and I know you probably have to go eat your lunch. So I definitely want to thank you for stopping by and taking this time to share with us on today. But before we leave, is there anything you would like to share with those that are tuned in or will catch it later?
Not too much. I mean, I can let you in on a little secret because you were talking about not being a people person, being introverts and not being very talkative. That's me. I come from that background. My entire family knows that I was always the quiet kid. I never said much, you know. But as I started to, go on this journey called life, I started to learn that one, closed mouths don't get fed. Two, it's always better to communicate with individuals because you never know what people are going through. You don't have to put your whole lifeline on on Front Street, but it's always better to converse with individuals to let you know that sometimes what you're going through might not be as bad. You know what I mean? And I think we need to kind of be able to engage with each other, especially if we're like minded. We want everybody to move in the same direction in a sense. We want everybody to understand that the black community is in a crisis. You know what I mean? We are in a crisis, and we need to communicate. We need to come together, and we need to get out of it. It's time. It's time that we come together. We do what we need to do, put our best foot forward, and we learn from each other. We teach each other, and and we do our thing. We
Wow.
become, millionaires. We need more millionaires in the black community now.
Well, I definitely want to share you with this guy that I'm a part. I was a part of their conversation, their panel on last Thursday, I think it was. They're called Bravado TV. Nice conversation. We're from all over. Guy from Atlanta was actually on the conversation with us. His name is Hezekiah Morris. It was a battle, I'm telling you, because he said some rough things about women, but he said some right things. They were rough, but they were right, and some things that we need to adjust, and things that we just need to be able to have these conversations where we can sit down and take criticism from our men. And then our men take criticism for us, and us not being mad at each other and then wanting to run and downgrade each other. We got to learn how to take it and build it and let it be a building block. And let it push us to the next level. So I definitely want to share him with you. His name is Mr. Moore, in case he catch this, because we like to support each other's broadcast. I'm going to share his broadcast with you. It's called Bravado TV, and you can catch what we did on last week. We're going to be live again on this Friday. I think it's going to be this Friday, or either it may be Thursday. But we come on, I think it's 8:30 Central Time. It's 8:30 their time. We go by their time, so it's 8:30 Central Time, which is 9:30 our time, Eastern Standard Time, for those that are in Eastern Standard Time. Great conversation. I think you would be an amazing addition to that. So I definitely want to share your information with him for that. And again, I want to thank you for your time on today. I love you, and I pray that you are blessed, and thank you for being one of the 61 men of legacy on today.
Thank you for having me.
Amen.
Love you too.
Amen. So there we have it. That was Mr. Avery Dawson. He's one of the 61 men of legacy. I tell you, I'm super excited to be able to share these men with you guys. If you're not following us, if you're not a part of that group so that we can support these men, I want you to come over, join us, support these men. I'm going to be sharing them throughout the month of May, and then the magazine is going to drop June 1st. You get an opportunity to read about what they're doing, how they're impacting lives, what they're doing, and what their dreams and their hopes are, and how they plan on impacting. We are the change that we desire to see. I am my brother's keeper, and I am my sister's keeper. I want y'all to make sure that y'all stay connected. Support these men. I have another interview today at 3 p.m. He's a chaplain. He's an amazing man of God. I tell you, I had the opportunity to meet this amazing man. Had the opportunity to. I'm not gonna get into it. We're gonna allow him to talk about it. I tell you, I'm excited. Chaplain John McCluggan Jr. is gonna be live with me today at 3 p.m. So if y'all have time, stop back by. We're gonna be streaming right here on Facebook, Aspiring Authors Magazine, LinkedIn, and of course YouTube. If you were blessed by anything that was said or shared on today, I want you to share this. Make sure that you go over and follow Aspiring Authors Magazine Facebook page, YouTube, and you can follow the Queen if you want to on LinkedIn. I love you guys. Be blessed.